just like you, trying to become a pro. It's not as hard as you may think, but the only difference is that I have built a game plan, a system that I will be using for the next week, month, or even year. And this channel focuses on becoming a pro. I have learned so much in the past decade, and I want to share what is truly important if you want to become a pro. But first, let me tell you a quick story about Jacques Etier. I started playing football at the age of 12, just for fun with my school. My main sport was athletics. I was a sprinter. Because I was that quick, it allowed me to score so many goals during my time in football. And I thought, you know what, I'm actually decent with this. Let me see if I can actually join a team. So my first team was the Sunday League team, and within 6 months of me joining the team, I was scoring so many goals and we got promoted. Next season, professional clubs start coming down to take a look at me, and before I knew it, I end up signing for a professional team. So obviously once I've signed with that team, I end up just staying there for about 3 years, and down the line they let me go. 6 months later they call me back again. I stayed there for almost 2 years, then COVID-19 came. So obviously once I got let go after COVID-19, I completely lost my motivation, my passion for football. And I took time away from football, but I kind of just find my passion slowly again, and I joined a non-league team, semi-pro, very low. I worked my way back up and up and up and up. Currently I am playing for a higher division in the non-league system, semi-pro, and I'm pretty much getting paid to play football again. So I believe I'm actually closer to becoming a pro, but I have to put all these things in place that I believe will help me to become a pro. So I've got a lot of things that I've written down that will help you, so I want to share this with you. So yeah, I can actually see myself becoming pro, and I want to finish it with you on the line. So if you're first time here, stick along, let's go on this journey. The first thing to becoming a pro is to become the best version of yourself. I am talking to you with experience, so this part is hard because it's a lonely road, first of all. So with me, when I was trying to become the better version of myself, I took a look at my habits and what was destroying me. I started reading more books, worked on my confidence, stepping out of my comfort zone, worked on my time management, because I am awful when it comes to time. Well, I used to be bad with my time management, but now it's much better. My communication skills, I've worked on that as well. My leadership, developing new personal skills that will help me in games and training. So that's literally the first thing I've just done, personal development. So that's the first thing I just done. The second thing, after that, I have put myself out there, and YouTube right now is perfectly just to put yourself out there. That's why I kind of just jump on YouTube to help people create content like this as well. So I started networking teams that I wanted to play for. So I did this by going out on Instagram. I was looking for coaches in the team that I want to join. So at times, if I could not find a coach, I would look at a player that plays for them, see if he was tagged on one of the pictures of the team. Then if so, then I'll reach out to him like, yo bro, is it possible for you to put me in contact with your manager? You know, and so on. So that's pretty much what I've just done. And if I could not find the manager contact, I will go on LinkedIn. There's always going to be a contact. The social media, you can actually find so many information. It depends where you're looking and how you are searching. So spend extra time looking for the team that you want to join, who's in charge, their kit man, the person running the media account. Just message the social page. The third thing, as part of my networking, I knew that coaches would be like, oh okay, I am interested in you, let me see your CV. I pretty much just built a CV for myself, and it was ready to forward it to them when they wanted to see my CV. In fact, I will put a link down below of my CV. Download the CV, take a look at how I've designed my CV, or maybe it will help you to also create your own CV ready to send out to any clubs. The next part of becoming a pro is training. Training is so important. So to back up what I said on my CV, I needed to train a lot. Sometimes I would train 5 times a week. That did not include games at all. And some days I would train even twice a day. I would do some fitness tests, compare my results a month or every 3 months to see if my training is working. I would work on my weaknesses a lot, but not forgetting my strengths. My training consists of sprint, long distance running, skill development, shooting, strength training. There was so much training that I did. So I cannot put everything on here, so make sure you subscribe when it comes to my training. I've got so much that I can tell you about, so subscribe. The first thing, obviously, it's important that you recover right after training. So my diet was a massive thing to me. I would eat good about 90% of the time, and then the last 10% it will be a bit of some junk food here and there. But I try to always cut out sugar out of my diet. Sugar is very bad for you. Too much sugar can literally just destroy you. So before training, I will eat food high in carbohydrates such as pasta, sweet potatoes, as they provide me with slow release of energy, which will last longer for me to train hard, and yeah, pretty much that. So during the training, it was important for me to stay hydrated as well. I would drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day, literally, and sometimes even 4. After my training, I will eat food like chicken, fish. This is because those sort of food are high in protein. So if you do not know, protein helps you to rebuild muscles quicker. In my diet, I would include food high in fibers. So obviously, once you've ate your food, it's important that that food needs to come out of your system. So fibers is so important. So eat a lot of fibers in your diet if you can. So ideally, I'll say every day eat fibers if you can. Also want to say that as part of my diet, I would also include vegetables. So diet for me was very important, especially when I was training, after my training, games, all these things. So diet is a massive thing to becoming a pro. So like I've said, at least I had this rule where I'm eating 90% of the time is good, 10% is awful food. And the awful food sometimes will be like a pizza here and there. This part here that I'm about to tell you is so important. It's literally just being committed 100%. If you want to be a pro, you cannot be doing it 50-50. You have to go all out. So you cannot save yourself. Every day you have to keep pushing. When you're pushing, you're building that discipline and that good mindset. You know, that's having that strong mindset will actually help you and push you forward, and it will help you in your games and training. This will allow you to become closer again to becoming a pro. So have that strong mindset. You have to be disciplined and committed. Like, you know, I'm gonna go out there, keep doing, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right now we're on number 7. So let's say you've done all of this right now. This part, you need to be playing football week in and week out. And I don't mean playing with your friends or at the park just for a quick kick about. Nah. You need to be playing like in proper games, like competitive. And as a young player, the more games you play, the better you'll become. This will build confidence, of course. And if you're in a position where you are part of a team but you pretty much just sit on the bench, now that's not good for you. If I was in your position, I would advise you to find a team where you will be playing week in and week out. You won't really improve being sat on the bench. No. The only way, not only that, you being sat on the bench, you don't really know if your training is working. So you need to be playing week in and week out. And when you're also comparing your data, your stats, like, oh, this is how I've been doing over the past couple of weeks or months, then you know where you stand. So I recommend you find a team where you'll be playing week in and week out. If that means dropping down a level or 2 levels down before going back up, then you have to do that. The most important as a young person, you have to be playing your games every single week if you can. Sometimes 2 games, like myself, I play 3 times, twice a week. You know, the minimum is once a week with my team, of course. Yeah, like I was saying, when you drop down a level, in the long run, it will help you. And linking again back to your training, you will know if it's working or not. For me, I can 110% say that my training is working. So I am happy with what I'm currently doing, you know. I will tell you more about it further down the line. So now, set yourself realistic goals. So for example, this season, I have said to myself, I want to score 20 to 30 goals. And I am halfway the season. And currently, I am on 17 goals, 2 assists. Well, player of the month twice in a row so far. Man of the match 8 times last time I checked. I've played about 24 games. All this in just about 24 games. So linking back to my training, for me, to be able to do all what I'm currently just doing right now on the field, you know, I need to work on all aspects of my game. This includes getting in the box, my timing, my reaction, my shooting, and so on. Now you can see what I mean by having a plan. It's important that once you've set your plan, come back on it from time to time and see if you are on track. And if you are not on track with your plan, then do something about it. Change few things. You know, you don't have to change everything. Like change certain things. If it means getting a bit fitter or a bit quicker or working a bit more on your sharpness, on your weak foot, then work on that. That's the beauty of having a plan in place. See what's working and then adapt it, change it. For me right now it's working, so I don't need to really change as much. Nah, I don't really see why I should change it. Number 9. Now let's say that you have put all these things in place right now and you are doing so well. What you can now do is reach out to professional clubs, and this is the stage where I am pretty much planning to take by the end of the season or maybe next year. So that's my plan right now that I'm kind of just following. This is because I've been able to prove to myself I can do it. So now can a club give me a chance to prove to them too? So obviously I've been able to prove to myself. Is it possible for a club to give me this chance to also show them I can actually do it? This is why I go out there and just, you know, knocking on professional doors and see if they can help me as well. So going back to having connection, this is where I will put my strong cards, where I'm gonna get these people that I know, like, look, this is now my plan. Is it possible for you to put me out there in front of these clubs to get me a trial? So now let's say you don't have any strong connections like myself. What you can do is get yourself an agent. It's not that simple, but you have to understand you should never pay an agent unless you sign your first pro. Even then, you should not really pay them as much. For more advice regarding an agent, I recommend that you check out the FA website. They will give you plenty of information about agents, so check them out. I keep saying it again, social media is very powerful. You can also use that to get connection with an agent. So check on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Yeah, so just check it, but be careful as well. Don't believe everything an agent tells you. So let's talk, more action. That's how I like to say things. So number 11, you can also go out for a trial. So search online. Depending on your age, there's usually free sessions that professional club put out there for young players to come down for an open day. So if you have the chance to get yourself down, go down there. Don't turn that opportunity. Put yourself out there. Go for those trials if it's free. Obviously, there's other trials that you can pay as well. In my experience, I'm not really involved there too much, so I won't recommend something that I've not done myself. If you can afford to go to trials, then go for it. Number 12, football can all be about politics, manage your favorites, you know, false promises. There's like, football is not a nice sport. Like, people out there, it can be quite tough, you know, and it's all about opinions as well. So if you fail or you get rejected, don't stress about it. I promise you, don't. Just trust yourself, keep working hard. I mean, seriously, keep working hard. Like, bro, you have to train. It's not an easy sport. So there's people out there training. Like, look at the pros right now. The thing is, whenever a pro is training, they do the simple things very well. So that's the difference. It's not about doing the most dramatic thing or the most fancy skills. Nah. Train specifically as well, and it's important that you understand what you are training. So if you're a defender, work on your defending. You're a defending headers. You're a striker, work on your shooting. Obviously, as part of the game, you need to be mentally strong, physically fit as well. So work on those things. So when I say you have to train, you have to train. So check out my playlist with my football content, where I kind of just do certain things. I'm going to look to put more content that will help you. So check it out. Most importantly, you have to understand this. I want you to enjoy the process and try to understand, why are you trying to become a pro? That's the question, alright? Is it because of the fame, the money? Why are you trying to become a pro? That's the question, you know. So just trust the process as well. Enjoy it, man, because football, there's going to be ups and downs, but you will make it to the top if you just stay resilient and you just keep fighting, and you know, and all this kind of just happen with you. But anyways, like, yeah, I'm off to training right now. The gaffer just messaged me, and before I'm off, I want to show you what's like. These are some of the things that I am doing to become a pro. There's so much that I do, and I hope this video was helpful. I cannot tell you exactly everything because I don't want to overload you, but make sure you're part of the journey, and I will see you around. So okay, I'm out to my game. Bye bye.